everyone. Indeed, it's a joy to be here again to walk you through another session of motivational talks. Remember, we only have one life to live, and in that life we have to be sure we can achieve what we came out here to achieve, and we can live a victorious and successful life. Remember, I'm going to start with this quote, and likely I'm going to end with it. It says, "It's not the years of life you live, but the life in the years you live. That's what matters." Today I want to talk to you about staying ahead of the curve, ensuring that you can always be at the top, ensuring that you can peel out of being average, ensuring that you're not comfortable with being mediocre. This is one thing that's going to make you really be who you are and who you set out to be. Now, what does staying ahead of the curve mean? Look, one thing I want to say to you is that on average, most people can pull to the top of the curve with a bit more effort. But this means you are going to succeed with or above the rest. What are you looking for? How do you stay ahead of the curve? Well, if you did statistics, remember the bell curve. The bell curve shows us the situation where you have average performers and those who are the top performers. Well, the bell curve, as you see here on the screen, is the actual curve of statistical occurrences. And those who are ahead of the curve are normally the top performers. So being ahead of the curve represents the top percentile results that either have advanced skills or understanding that sets you apart. So to be ahead of the curve, you have to set yourself apart. Look, one area that really struck me as being ahead of the curve has to do with what we call the mass open online classes. And this really started a while ago, wherein we used to have online classes and people thought, oh, it's rather weird, it's rather wrapped up. But when COVID came around, those who were already ahead with the MOCC called mock classes became the excellent solutions for teaching at home. So that was one way of thinking ahead of the curve. Happened in Australia, set in America, and now it's really rampant and everyone is doing online classes. Indeed, the corporate world is challenging, could be difficult. Life is challenging, can be difficult. So how can you peel yourself away from the rest and become those who are ahead of the curve? Let's find out. Number one, how to get to the top of a career. I've always said stuff about attitude. Have a can-do mentality in your mind. Remember that you can do it if you put yourself to do it. You make up your mind you can do it, then go for it. You may likely just be surprised that you can do it even better than those who think they can do it. Most people really are not happy with their situation. Most people are happy with their future. Most people are sad, and most people are confused. Most people are downtrodden. The good news is you can create your own future. You can stay ahead of the curve. You can beat the situation. Amongst the odds, you can come out successful, but you need to know that you have to have the attitude to do it. Did you know that you can increase your chances of succeeding in anything you do by just thinking positive? Did you know that if you have a positive externalism and you create positivity within yourself, you can be successful? In order for your life to be fulfilling and happy, you have to be an optimist and develop positive vibes within yourself. In fact, most psychologists recommend positive thinking for good mental health. Remember, you can do it. Talk to yourself, I can make it. Say to yourself, I'm going to achieve, I want to be ahead of the curve, and that is where you will be. Ultimately, you become what you think. If you think you're a failure, you can become a failure. If you think you're successful, then you work towards being successful. Work hard, innovate, and get better at what you do. Speak to those who have reached the top of their career goals. Speak to those who have achieved. Remember, you set your standards for yourself, and you have to achieve it, and you will achieve it. Remember that many people in the world who have seen professional success in their career at some time will admit that nothing could be achieved without the shedding of a few tears. Remember, no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. There has to be tears, there have to be struggles. But you can make it, and you will make it. Innovate to get better, stronger, more creative, more dynamic. Innovate to disseminate. Have a driver within yourself to invent. Have a driver within yourself to create. Look at the way things are done and think, how can I make it better? In today's world, the human desire is for more and more and more, better and better and better. That's the pulse of the world. COVID came and slowed it down. But in there was the determination to make the inoculation. And those who made the inoculation will be reaping the benefits today, but they had to innovate and create and adjust to the situation. Don't allow yourself to be stuck in a steady state. say, oh, this is bad, so I'm stuck in there. Remember, you have a drive in you, go for it and help to make that change. One key way of doing this is to educate yourself. Learn more. When we speak of education, we don't only speak about the studying in the classroom, in a top-rated university, although it would be great to study in a top-rated university, but it's all kind of education you want to think about. In fact, many school dropouts, like the guy who did Facebook, the guy who did Microsoft, became the most inspirational leaders today. They left college, but they had another way of educating themselves through their drive, their intellect, their intelligence, their ability to innovate, to create, and give something out. So remember, look for what's in you and make it matter to you. If you want to be the best, you have to become an industry expert in what you do. For that, you must read, you must meet the press, you must take courses, you must enroll, and you have to have a desire to learn. To be the best, go out there, check your industry, and see what does it take to get ahead of the curve. That's the catch today. How can you get ahead of the curve? Imagine just staying one day ahead of yesterday. Imagine just being who you are. Imagine just recreating. Imagine just focusing. Sometimes staying strong feels impossible, but giving up is not an option. Don't give up. Always see the best. Think of the alternative of staying ahead of the curve. It means you're behind the curve. That's not an option. Don't take it. Try to be above average. Listen, to be a successful person, to be ahead of the curve, you have to have particular attributes. Look for opportunities where others don't see anything. See how you can recreate out of a space that's vacuum. How you can put something in a void. How you can make that thing be relevant for today's population. Try to find a lesson where others see a problem. You have to be solution focused. And don't think that the problem is here for you to reside with it. Here for you to sleep with it. Here for you to dance with it. The problem is there for you to solve it. Try consciously to create your own success. While others hope for success, you go and create success. Others think success will find them, you go and bring success. Look in you, find a cutting edge, find a comparative advantage, and go for it. Be fearless and be bold to go out there and see where there's a need for a touch, a need to make a difference, a need to be ahead of the curve. Ask questions, the ones people will not ask. Be creative, productive, positive mindset, and have a strong emotional state. And you realize that you would be a rare commodity, one who does not waste energy, one who is always looking for something to create and not something to complain about. You don't want to be a complainer, a perpetual mourner. You want to be a perpetual optimist, exuding positive externality. Don't leave yourself in an unproductive and retrogressive state. Don't blame others. What's the point of blaming others? Take responsibility for your actions and your outcomes or lack thereof, because that is where you're supposed to be, a winner and someone who has a habit of being ahead of the curve. While most people who are ahead of the curve may not necessarily be more talented than you, but they have a push, they have a determination, they find a way to maximize their potential. They get out where others don't get out, and they have in them what others have in them also. But the way they package it, the way they remold it, the way they push it out there is what makes a difference. The concomitant effect of being bold and being strong and being positive is what makes you get ahead of the curve, plus the right attitude. You have to be busy, productive and proactive. While most are lying down, thinking, overthinking, sitting wringing their fingers, wondering what can I do, you're out there getting the job done. You're out there being motivated. You're out there having what we call intrinsic motivation. Remember, that motivation makes you go out there, do what you want to do, not only for the rewards, or not even for the rewards, but because of personal satisfaction. And let me give you some steps in moving ahead in your career. Steps in moving ahead in life. Remember one thing, a quote by Arthur Ashe. It says, success is a journey, not a destination. The doing is quite more important than the outcome. Success is a journey, not a destination. The doing is a lot more important than the outcome. Getting to the top is undoubtedly a great feeling, but sustaining and staying there is really much better, because once you get to the top, you're going to have many competitors. As the saying goes, success is a continuous journey. Improving, recreating, remaining at the top means you have to be constantly innovating, constantly standing out amongst the rest. To reach your next level and stay ahead, remember to do these things. 1, take calculated decisions for the next step. Plan your strategy. Think about how you're going to get there, and keep your plans to yourself. Remember, the more you speak out, the more competition grows, so surprise them by pulling out from amongst the rest. Practice a pre-mortem to get an idea. Think about it before you do it. Strategize before you do it. Start even before you begin. And check your presence. Check your presence in what you want to do. Prepare an introduction for yourself, follow up a relationship, ask for help if you need it, but always make sure that you have a goal, you have a priority, you have something you set out to do, and go for it. Don't live like sheep, or like the chickens that walk up in the morning and move around pointlessly, aimlessly. Have a destination, have a way to get there, and other destinations, and the journey will continue and continue and continue. If you have no goals, no priorities, then what are you going to achieve? Every single day you must make a list of what you've achieved, what you aim to do, and did you get there. This will help you to plan yourself, make your day better, and also become someone who will be ahead of the curve. Secondly, be focused. Be focused. Be focused. Prepare yourself for any meeting you have to attend. Any people you have to meet, and most of all, any event you have to attend. Be sure that you're ready for questions, you're ready for discussions, and you're ready for any interview. Be focused on your career. Be focused on your task. Work on your skills to improve yourself on a daily basis. Make sure you constantly realize your smartness and your skills and build upon them. Don't be arrogant, but be bold. Don't be fussy, be confident. Be assured that the capacity in you is going to take you to the next step. Also update your skills, because that's why we need refreshers. If you know one thing and you remain dated, you're going to become old-fashioned in that thing. Always try to update your skills, learn more, read more, associate yourself with like minds, and remember, you have to be an eternal learner to remain ahead of the curve. Going forward also, say yes to challenges. Don't fear challenge, be fearless. Don't be shy. Remember, you have to attain that level of confidence for people to believe in you, but map that confidence with good skill sets. Map that confidence with the right attitude, and be fearless, and people will know that yes, you say yes to challenges, you deliver, you're creative, you're innovative, you're dynamic, and that's what they're looking for. Communicate regularly. Keep in touch with others around you who know what they're doing, who know what's going on. Make sure you have the right field of people around you. These will help you to remain ahead of the curve, till you can even pass those who are teaching you. Because remember, at some point in time, the student can also be the winner above the teacher. One thing that's really going to help you stay apart is no gossip at all, or reduce the kongosa. Make sure you stop kongosa. Don't engage in things that will not help you. Gossip happens to be quite common, but it is not progressive. You should avoid gossip as much as you can and focus on things that are going to build you. Build your career, build your opportunities, build your excellence. I've never seen where gossip makes anybody a successful person. And since we want to avoid that, the best thing we can do is keep away from gossip. And always talk about issues, about concepts, and about things that are going to make you better. That's the way you go. Relax a little. There's no harm in relaxing a little. You work hard, I work hard, you work hard, but make sure you spend time to relax, to rejuvenate, to grow again. Remember, I said body not to Kuta Road and body not to Lumley Junction. In fact, now, body not to Eastern Police. It has to rest. Relax yourself, take a weekend off, and remember, enjoy yourself, because while life is short, it will be nice to have some relaxing days. You're going to make friends with people who can see a change. You're going to look out and find the future. The future has what it has for you, but you have to find it. Anticipate the actions and events that are going to make tomorrow better, and go out there and unfold them. Think ahead of the curve. Be creative, be forward-looking. Really? Yes. And even form a club of like-minded people and think of the way to impact the future. Practice relentless self-development. Always be out there to learn. Self-development requires learning new skills, new knowledge, and new manners. That's what's going to make you different. Go out there, learn more, read more, understand more, and as I always say, social media is good. It's informative, but it's not educative. Find things that can educate you, make you stronger, better, faster, more reliable, more resilient, more study stronger. And that is by reading more, learning more, and going out there and putting those skills out. Remove and improve. I am somebody who likes the eagle. The eagle is a very resilient bird. It's a visionary bird. It's a bird that really rises up above the clouds, above the current, above the storms. The eagle never eats dead food. Always goes to hunt its food. But one thing that strikes me about the eagle, it removes to improve. When the eagle gets around 30 years old, it goes out and rests. And it starts plucking off its feathers. It beats its beak on the rock until the beak breaks. And then everything starts to grow again. Everything starts to grow again. It gives a new energy, a new vision, revitalized. And that is removing to improve. After a while, take control of yourself by removing what you no longer need, what no longer makes sense. This is what Drucker calls systematic abandonment. As you're above the curve, things will be that will no longer be relevant to you. Look for better things and greater things. Remove those ones, or there's going to be overburdened irrelevancies. And this brings me to a principle called Kaizen. It's incremental and steady improvement. It says one better than the other. The next one should improve more than the other. That's what you're looking for. To incrementally develop yourself, those around you, and even as a nation's resilience, we need to develop with a Kaizen approach. Ask yourself, if a particular practice in my work were it already in place, what can I do to make it happen now? If a particular practice around my society, my community, in my house is not there, how can I make it better? By improving myself, removing the law that's going to wear us down, and we will improve ourselves. Determine your goals beyond the workplace. Determine your goals beyond your environment. Ask yourself the big question in life. Who am I? What am I? What do I want to be? What do I want to put into my life? And what do I want to get out of it? And what do I want to be remembered for? Answer those questions, and those will help you to go out there and begin to be more relevant in creating your future, more relevant in being above the curve, more relevant in being someone who will leave the footprints in the sands of time. Final takeaway: make choices and commitments. Take action today with tomorrow always in mind. I'm going to leave you with a few quotations today. A man sees the world. A man sees in the world what he carries in his heart. Things turn out best for people who make the best out of the way things turn out. Things turn out best for the people who make the best out of the way things turn out. This verse, this quotation, this line I really love. It means that the environment doesn't really hinder you, because things will turn out best for the people who make the best of the way things turn out. The most common way people give up their powers is by thinking they don't have any. The most common way people go behind the curve is by thinking they can never get ahead of the curve. Remember, I started with this thing, I'm going to end with it. It's not the years of life you live that matter, but the life in the years you live. Put life in the years, become relevant, stay ahead of the curve. God bless you, love you all. On that note, good luck, all the best, au revoir, à bientôt. Thank you.